Hello viewers. In this video, let's discuss about having clause, right? Um, Having clause is often used in conjunction with the group by clause, right? Um, it's just to put it in perspective, you use where clause to filter records on a select statement, right? Similarly, having is used to filter the records that are returned by the group by clause, right? So that's the reason having clause is used with the group by clause. So when you write SQL at your job, it's pretty powerful. It's a powerful clause as well, and you'll see why it is, right? And I'll explain that with an example, right? If you haven't seen or watched my group by clause video, it's mandatory for you to watch that video before watching having clause, which is this video. Then it will make more sense for you, right? So here what I'm doing is I'm aggregating some of the results by book ID, analyzing the sales of each and every book in a bookstore. So I'm collecting the data from books and then the sales data from book sales on condition being on book ID, right? So for every book, I'm collecting the sum of the sales, aggregated sales of that book, and also I'm collecting average sale price of the book. For example, a book can be sold at $100 at some time, and maybe $50, $60 in some point of the year, basing up on the discounts, um, and all that, right? So, so the average at an average, what is the sale price, right? So you can use a function called average, and minimum. What is the minimum price that you might have sold, or the bookstore might have sold the book, and the maximum price at which the book has been sold out. And then this is from books table. Books information is coming from the books table, and the sale information is coming from the sales table grouped by the book ID. And now I'm not using having clause yet. I commented it, and I'm ordering by aggregate sales, aggregate sales, which is like sum of sales, right? So I'm going to select this, and this, what's going to happen is it's going to display all the books, again, ordered by the aggregate sales amount in descending order. So you have the highest amount of highest sale book ID as the first record. In this case, book number 3 um, got made $115 for the bookstore, and it is sold at an average price of $57.50. And the minimum sale price for that book is $55, which is not bad. And then the maximum sale is at $60. So it's a good book end of the day, right? And similarly, you have other books by the order of the total aggregated sales, right? So, however, now your management is not interested in the bottom line of your, the sales of your bookstore. They want major contributors for the sales. So, hence they requested for to publish the results of all the books whose sales are above aggregated sales are above $40, right? Um, and this is for my example. In real world, it will be like $40 million, right? So here I'm putting a minimum clause here, which is greater than 40. And then now this having clause, what it does is it evaluates each group, right? Like for example, number 3, and it evaluates each group, right? The returned by the group by clause. And if the result is true, which means if this fits, so the minimum sale amount fits this condition, then only it will display the result. Else it will not, right? So which means if the minimum sale amount, if it is greater than 40, then only it will display the record. If it is less, then it will not display, right? In this case, these two are the outliers, right? So that being said, if I execute with this having clause, and having clause followed by always, you need to it must be an aggregate function right here. So when I say aggregate function, it can be sum, count, average, minimum, maximum. There are a set of functions that you can browse online as well, but these are the most sought out and used functions at your job, right? So when I execute this, you can see that the 38s are gone because it doesn't meet the group by. The result doesn't meet the minimum sale amount is greater than 40. You can also add additional filters to your group by returned values, right? So here I said minimum sale amount is greater than 40, and you can also add one more clause where right, aggregated average sale amount, average sale amount, which is you can say greater than 50, right, or you can also use something like a between clause, right, between 1,000 and let's say 50 and 1,000, right. You can also put something like this. So in this case, anything that falls, average sale price that falls between 50 and 1,000 will be displayed along with minimum conditions are met, right? So if I execute this SQL, it's going to further reduce the query output because now it is going to display only records that are satisfying this having condition, right? Again, once again, having condition is like a where clause for group by, right? It only applies these filter values to the group by results, right? Which is right here, right? This result will be further passed to here, and they will examine if the result is over these conditions, filter conditions, and if they meet, they'll display. If not, they'll be excluded, right? That is the power of having clause. Definitely highly sought out and used at your job, right? Practice with more examples.